The silence of my apartment had always been a comfort, a neutral space. That afternoon, it felt like an echo chamber for a sound that hadn't even registered until I saw the screen. Cousin Michael, 028, voice note. I remembered the slight tremor in my hand as I pressed play, expecting some mundane question about the quarterly transfer. Instead, I heard my aunt's snicker, thick and syrupy, instantly recognizable. "He thinks he's some kind of hero just because he pays our bills," she hissed, the sound scratchy and close to the phone's mic. My cousin had clearly pocket-dialed me, the phone resting on a table mid-conversation. A beat of heavy silence, then my mother's voice, lighter but laced with a cruel indifference I'd never heard directed at me. "Let him feel useful. It's what he wants, isn't it? The little puppet on his little throne." A harsh, collective laugh followed, like a punch of cold air. The voice note ended. The silence returned. But it was a different kind now. It was a vacuum. I didn't move. I didn't breathe. My brain didn't scream, didn't even whisper. It just rebooted. The core assumption of my life, that my family's love, however demanding, was real, vaporized. For years, I had been the anonymous benefactor, the silent source of the monthly influx that kept their lives running. Rent, utilities, the absurd luxury car payments. I told myself it was love, a duty, a way to feel connected when the distance had grown vast. Now I knew. It wasn't love. It was a transaction they mocked. I wasn't their hero. I was their fool, their puppet. That realization was a cold, clean cut. No blood, no mess. Just absolute, terrifying clarity. I sat there for an hour, the voice note replaying in the sterile loop of my mind. The sound of my mother's casual dismissal was the sharpest blade. Let him feel useful. The utter contempt was the gift. It unshackled me. There was no pain left, only an icy calm settling over a vast, strategic void. The first thing I did was open my banking app, then the financial services portal. It took less than 3 minutes to reroute the standing orders, to revoke access, to lock down the accounts they had come to rely on like oxygen, the rent, the utilities, the car payment, every single direct debit, reversed, scheduled to bounce back in precisely 7 days. I knew the precise day their rent was due. I knew the hour the car company tried to debit. I pictured the sequence, the domino effect of their manufactured comfort dissolving. I gave myself 1 week, 7 days of quiet, 7 days of watching them continue to live their lie oblivious. A week passed in a blur of detached observation. They called. Normal small talk. The casual, almost mandatory expression of gratitude for the support they took for granted. I answered with the same measured tone, the same false warmth. "Everything all right?" Mom asked on Thursday. "Perfect," I said. "Never been better." I smirked then, a small private thing. The wait was the worst kind of torture, but not for me. It was for them. The detonation was not a single event. It was a storm. It started exactly on the morning of day 8. The screen of my phone lit up, a blinding, frenetic sequence of notifications. 47 missed calls. The display was a panicked red blur. Then the voicemails began stacking up, a monument to their sudden, frantic insecurity. The first few were confusion, then anger, then finally fear. I didn't listen to them. I didn't need to. Then came the text, the single final message from my mother, the one I had been waiting for. "What did you do?" I picked up my phone, the screen still flashing her name. I looked at the text. I looked at the frantic missed calls. I felt nothing. A strange, beautiful emptiness. The rage was gone, replaced by the profound, clean power of consequence. I typed the response slowly, deliberately, each keystroke a hammer driving a nail into the coffin of their comfort. It was the only dialogue that truly mattered. I sent it. Then I set the phone down on my desk. I watched the screen for a moment, waiting for the predictable, hysterical reply that wouldn't matter. The truth was out. The truth was paid for. And I had walked away with the only thing I ever really wanted: my own respect. My final words to her, to all of them, hung in the cold, charged air of the apartment, a quiet, brutal echo of her own. I let myself feel useful.